What's up, YouTube? Swim Reptiles here, and today I'm going to bring you another video that's not reptile related, but still animal related. So I figured I would post it. It's going to be part of my how-to playlist, and it's going to be how to start a reef tank. Anyone could do it, and it's going to be how you could do it without spending too much money at one time. So I'm going to go over the steps on how I did it, and you can obviously see the finished product here. Well, it's ever evolving, but finished for now. Sorry, my dog is kind of driving me crazy. Alright, so what I did was one day I decided, hey, I want to start a reef tank. But I was like, I don't have a lot of money right now. I have money to spend on it, just not all at once. But I think it's going to be too expensive and way too complicated. I had one when I was younger, but pretty much my parents took care of it and my sister. I had nothing to do with it except looking at it and feeding them. But I said, you know what, let me go on YouTube and look up some stuff and see what I could do, because I really want one. So I found this video. This guy was explaining, you know, just everything about reef tanks, and he said he started with a 29 gallon, and he said if I could do it, you could do it. He said it was easy. So I said, all right, cool, I'm gonna try it. But like I said, I don't have a lot of money to put up front, but you know, I have money throughout, you know, as I get paid and whatnot. So the first thing I did, went to the pet store, which I would not recommend. I don't know why I decided to actually do this, but instead of going online or Craigslist or asking friends and family if they had any extra tanks laying around, went to the pet store and I bought one. I don't really regret it, but you definitely could have saved like 80, 90 bucks, 100 bucks by going on Craigslist. I paid $99. And that came with the tank itself, it came with that filter, and it came with a heater that is over there somewhere. So I bought that, and I had it sitting on a table for a month. After that month, I said, alright, I'm tired of looking at this empty tank. Let's get the next steps going. I got some extra cash. So I went and bought crushed coral, which is not this bottom. I just switched this bottom out, but it was crushed coral. I think it was like 40 bucks, like a 50-pound bag, and that's all I bought. So I had the tank and I had the crushed coral. So what I did was I was excited, so I set the tank up where I was going to put it. I put the crushed coral at the bottom and nothing else, no water, nothing, no salt, nothing, and left it like that. 2 weeks go by, I have some more money, and I said, shit, I'm tired of looking at rocks in a tank. So I went to the pet store and bought salt, and I bought a couple pieces of dry rock, which, quick note, I guess, the dry rock is rock that's white like this, that you find on the shelf of a pet store or online. It doesn't come in water, it's usually bleach white, like that. You can see it stands out. It's bleach white. So I bought a couple pieces of that and the salt. I put a couple pieces of dry rock in it, put water in the tank, and you know, put the salt in it. I used this thingy right here. I think it's called it's called a hydrometer. Making sure it was in between the red, and now it's good. So at this point, over I would say maybe 2 months, I bought the tank first for 100 bucks. Then I bought the crushed coral for 40 bucks, 50 bucks. Then I bought a couple pieces of dry rock. You know, a couple weeks or a month after I bought the crushed coral substrate, I bought the dry rock, and then the salt, filled it, had it sitting like that for another month. So at this point, I spent maybe 200 bucks or less over a 2-month span. And next time I went to the pet store, I got some live rock to jumpstart the cycle. I bought a couple more pieces of dry rock, and that was it. Put them in the tank for another month. So now we're at a 3-month process. I go to the pet store. They have these guys that are on sale. Captive bred clownfish. I don't know where he went. There he went. They're being shy. Bought 2 of them. They were $8 a pop. $16 for 2. captive bred. They were on sale. The guy ordered way too many at my local fish store and was just trying to, you know, sell some off. He had too many in the tank. So I bought them. Then I bought this wave maker, which just pretty much pushes the water through and makes a current to keep the water moving. So at that point, I turned the filter on. I bought like a little bottle of stuff that was like an instant cycle kind of stuff to help the cycle even more. And I had that in the tank. I was super excited. I finally had fish in it. After 3.5, 4 months, finally had fish swimming. Everything was doing well. 2 months later, I bought more rock, live rock, and dry rock to, you know, where I was happy with the amount I had in it. And then I bought a couple more fish. I bought some damsels. The only fish I have that are the original fish are the 2 clownfish in here. Everything else I either killed on accident or jumped out of the tank before I had a lid. Speaking of lid, after I would say a year of having the tank and having a fish jump out, I finally bought this lid. It's just a glass lid. I have way too much water in this tank. You know, nothing could jump out. I had room for all the cables and the filter. So now at this point, I literally have everything I needed for the tank. I bought the stand. I don't have it on the stand now, but I bought the stand for it as well. Before, I guess I should have mentioned that in the early steps. Make sure you have a good stand or a table or something to put it on. After that, like I said, I had everything I needed. I just kept adding fish and more rock as I could afford it. So pretty much the lesson here is, guys, it's really easy to do as long as you set the right parameters, you buy the right chemicals and minerals and stuff you need for the tank. Just do it slow. You don't have to do it all at once. It's better to do it slow and cycle anyway. Yeah, so it's better to wait anyway. Eventually I got the anemone, and I bought more fish. There's a yellow Watchman goby, there's a firefish, there's 2 damsels. There's one. They're all hiding, of course, because I'm in front of the tank with the big phone, scaring them off. So just to wrap things up, guys, just spend like $100 a month, $50 a month. Do what you gotta do to save money. You could look on Craigslist to find stuff cheaper. But just like the guy said in the video I watched, if I could do it, you could literally do it. It doesn't take much time and effort. All it really takes is patience. So if you really wanted a reef tank, all I gotta say is just fucking do it. Take your time, be patient, go for it. Do your research. There's plenty of videos online that are a lot more in-depth than I am. Explains all the different chemicals and microorganisms and everything else that's in the tank. All the different pests you can get. I'll probably end up making a couple videos myself now that I have like 2 years experience with it. And everything's going well. So yeah, guys, just get up and just do it. Just get a reef tank, man. It's definitely worth it. It's so sick just to watch it all day long. So yeah, guys, have a wonderful day. I'll see you in the next video.